Alright, so I wasn't going to mess with this thing. I was going to jump right on that 81. Yeah, I'm just going to do a quickie, check the pump, check the intake, check the reeds. I know when I put this thing together, there's nothing leaking on the seal around, you know. I gummed this baby up and there's just no sign of anything leaking. It'd be wet. You know, usually these fuel pumps, if they got a leak, that damn gasket would be all wet. Alright, let's see, is this thing gonna work with me or what? Boy, it is on there. I can see the reeds from here. Let me get my flashlight and take a quick look in there, see if I can see anything. Well, I hate to say it, but it looks brand new in there. I don't see an opening in one of those reeds. See if I can get you a little shot of it. It looks so good. I'm in shock. I don't remember it looking that good. Oh God. You see what I see? But they all look like what you're looking at right there. Every single one of them. That I can physically. This side, fantastic. I can't see a one that looks like it's open at all. I mean, fantastic. I might even get a better look at it this way. It's too hard to see. There you go. I mean, they all just, it looks like brand new stuff. And they always used to say, you know, if it's hanging open, you know, replace it. I used to just freaking bend them damn things back. You know, once or twice to get them in the right spot. And they were fine. All right, let's get this pump off of there. I'll get the fuel tank out. Hook it up. Pinch off the hose to the carb so it'll act like the carb is full. Ooh, see that side? I go around all the time and go around tight and crap just for, you know, that side was a little bit loose. But I'll pump it up and see if anything's leaking. I don't think it should leak. Yeah, it's freaking bone dry. That thing ain't freaking leaking. This thing would be saturated. I guarantee. I guarantee. Aha, you see what I had to do there? I had to put that smaller hose because this side is smaller than the intake side. Let me see what this nipple looks like on the other end of this intake line. I know it's bigger, and it pisses me off. Oh shit, I didn't I forgot I didn't want to pull this thing off. Oh no, please don't tell me I ruined this gasket. I went to pull that hose off instead of cutting that stupid zip tie and pulled everything off. I don't know if I got any more of these left or not. Well, you'll get a better look at everything now. Wet at the where the hose is. You know what? Am I missing something there? Sometimes there's a little doohickey thing on it. There you can see the reeds. They look good. But see this little thing? See the two little screw holes? And then it works on this. And it's just a flat piece of metal. You know, it looks like a squared reed valve. You know. And then it's just one screw. So I'm gonna see if I can find one. Well, I found 2 of them. I couldn't get to everything in there. All right, so this one is probably a match. There's my little valvey thingy. It's a mess. Then this one came in a parts lot. It's a real big mess. Totally different. And then here's that one. See the difference? This is bigger, longer, wider kind of thing. We'll take them both out and see. Yeah, I like this one. It's long. Just looks like it's better fit. Here they are. Yeah, see the difference? Down at the bottom, they're the same. Oops. Now they're the same. That's it. I'm done. It's still stained, but it's smoother. And I'm going to put the flat side on the inside. Yeah, it looks about straight as it's going to get. That's it right there, baby. The plate, was still floating down here. It was like, the weirdest thing too is that even though the motor's going clockwise, this is getting pulled counterclockwise. I guess from the magnetic field just pulls it that way. And it's just slight enough to rev it up right there on that first mark. And you just want to frickin' take a baseball bat and beat it. The only trick I know, take it all apart. I can put that metal one that I found in there and see if that helps. Or I can do my trick on this one and go around and tap it. The brass plate, support mount plate, whatever you want to call it. So I was just about getting ready to put this thing back on here so it don't get lost. And I got a real good look at it. That's why it's so short, it's because it's broken off. See how jagged the tip is? See it all jaggedy waggedy? Huh. So the thing about this brass mount, if you haven't seen me do it, what I came up with, when you screw these 4 screws in to the retainer in there, they'll only go so far. It's not going to tighten up. But what happens is the top of this, after years and years and years, you got those strong magnets pulling on this plate. Pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. And then you get a little bit of wear on the retainer. Not much. So it pulls it up, and then these screws, like I say, they only go in so far. You think you're tightening it, but it still doesn't all squeeze together. So what I do was, I used to go around with a little hammer, tink, 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 and tap it all the way around. Then I put it back together, you couldn't turn the handle, it was so tight. So then what I started doing was taking a screwdriver and putting it, like I said, north, south, east, and west, and just tap, 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 tap. And again, if you do it too hard, you won't be able to turn this thing. It has to be so gently. And when I did it on this one, Is that just grease in there? Yeah. I did it on this one. It was so tight, and I cheated. Instead of taking it off, and you know, I used to have to take this off, turn it upside down on a flat surface, and tap it back out. But what I did was I took the plate with a big screwdriver and I got underneath it and started lifting up on it. So that was lifting this thing up again, stretching it back upwards to give me enough room where this would turn. And then it got real sloppy again, all by itself. I'm like, damn, man, I spent all that time. So I took it all apart and I tapped it again. The same thing happened again. Anyway, it just kept coming back to real sloppy. It's real nice right now, but it still has that little bit of play. And magnets shouldn't be able to pull and move this thing. You know, it has to have a little stiffness, and the stiffness comes with the retainer hugging it. And if you don't get it just right, it's a real major pain in the ass. Maybe I can get away with just tapping it right there and see what happens. And like I said, it's just ever so gentle. Let's just try it once. Oops, I missed the screwdriver. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. You almost don't think it bent, but it bent. Now see, that's pulling the retainer up against the brass. If the brass is too high from getting stretched, it's not going to do anything. It's just so weird how they came up with this idea. It's a beautiful idea, but it's just so weird to get it in your brain how it operates. It's definitely just a hair stiffer. It probably won't float. But being, you know, just that little tap, it'll wear in. You know, it'll loosen up again over time. But it feels nice. Then, of course, you got full throttle, which I'm not going into gear here. She needs a little centrifugal force. And that's what was happening before. Speak of centrifugal force, when I'd bring the throttle handle back down, this thing would want to stop wherever it wanted to. If I brought it down real fast, then it would go all the way to the end. But if I brought it down like normal, just it would stop wherever the hell it wanted. So it'd either be idling way too high or down where it's closed, and just a pain in the ass. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'll give that a shot, which I think it's going to work. I've done it, you know, so many times. It's always worked. It's just for how long? Hopefully long enough. Let's take this thing off. Yeah, see the size of that thing? Then on the other end, it's this little tiny freaking nipple. You know, what's up with that? I gotta use that size hose as a filler. Now I've got plenty of this, but it ain't gonna fit on that. It's ridiculous. Alright, so here's what I ended up doing with this piece of junk. Bigger hose on the big nipple. I'm going to put a zip tie on this. It's on there, but I'll put a zip tie just to be sure. Then it gets reduced right here, and this is the same diameter as this one. And you can see I got the green piece stuck on there. I think you can see that. and it's on there. It's not going anywhere. So I think when you buy this hose, it's made to fit both of these nipples. I just want to see what's going through there, which way it's going, if it's going, how it's going. And that's all I got to put on there. You know, I mean, I could put the black one back on, but I have to stuff a little stuffing on this end again. But with the clear, should be able to see something. All right, so today, spark test. See if that other condenser blew out. What's going on there? As far as everything else up here, there's nothing wrong with these reeds. Nothing wrong with the gaskets. Nothing wrong with this pump. It's not leaking. Up here is fine. The seal, crankshaft seal's not leaking. Then you got your bottom seal. I think it's fine. I think too, I remember a couple things I remember. When I was doing that crankshaft seal, it was either this one or this one. I think it was this one. And you look at the schematic, and they had that one thing turned upside down or something. And I was having a real hard time getting it all in with the spring and everything. Somebody says, no, it's putting it in upside down. I'm like, according to the schematic, it goes like this. He goes, no, that's just the drawing. And I went, oh. And that's the same thing on the retainer in here. The retainer, the flat side goes up. The bevel side goes down. But in the drawing, they always show the retainer. Any picture you see of it, they got the bevel side on the top. It really goes in upside down, not the way the picture shows it. So I think that's probably good too. I think if anything, it was that little valve. May have been causing a little problem. Gotta put all this crap back on and go from there. Like I said, if it does the same thing, I'm just gonna have to set it and forget it. You know, if it's gonna idle a little high, it's gonna idle a little high. So you know what, I'm gonna do something real quick. This was the metal one, I guess steel, that I found, and I said in the last video, I've never seen one like this. They're always brass. While I got this thing tore apart a little bit here, I'm gonna swap it out and just see if it, you know, I should be able to tell any difference. Just see, you know, what is there going to be a difference? Is it going to be better? Because it's going to be less. You know, this stuff is nowhere near as soft as that brass, and that's why that brass is so soft. I mean, you just tap it and it bends. We gonna find out. Never seen one like this. It feels pretty good. Pretty much like it did before. Maybe just a little bit stiffer. I also put a better gasket on here. This carb. The other one was getting real thin. You know what that's bent for, right? Get that frickin' bolt loose on them later models. Pull the frickin' power head off. Boy, I still feel like crap. Yesterday was a bad day for me. Well, I'm not feeling so good again. And we were talking about this flu going around, and I had mentioned about the day we went to Walmart, and it's like, you know, I'm like, I hate going in places like that. packed jam every time I go in there. And I said, man, that place is like Flu City. And he said, well, it's usually, through the conversation, not at that point, but he said, it's usually like 7 to 10 days before you start to feel the effects of the flu. Well, guess how many days ago it was? It was like 7 to 10 days ago. Now I'm thinking, you know, something ain't right. So I'm going to do a quick spark test. I've got brand new condensers. I've actually got brand new frickin' points too. But I'm going to do a quick spark test and go lay down. Pretty sure. You know, the other thing too, believe it or not, I don't ever remember through my whole life ever having the flu. So, and I've never ever gotten the flu shot, which from what I hear gives you a mild case of the flu. Get these plugs out. Yeah, I know feely so good. I think we can lay these right up here. I'm not sure if those points will fit. Let me get those real quick while I'm looking at it. What the hell? Now the points that are in here, yeah, it's the same. The wired up side of the points were already in here. Then I replaced, I believe, both of the floating ones because they had a little bit more meat on them. Anyway, let's spin this puppy around, see what's going on here. Squeeze this back in the bag. I might just put them in. Then while I was sitting in there feeling like shit, I looked up. You set the points. Nah, I already forgot. I think you set them. It's either right after or right before to slow the timing down a little bit. But I don't know if that's going to screw everything else up because this is, you know, supposed to go by these marks. And the carb opening up and the amount of fuel mixing in and I can't see. Here we go. Nothing. Not grounded good enough. I know you can't see it down there. Let me see again. Nothing. That's number one. It was number 2, right, this time? Last time was number 1. I didn't see anything here either, but I wasn't looking. I'm not seeing nothing out of either one of them. Let me get something to ground those things a little bit better. Nope, that's number 2. Number 1 should spark. Come on, baby, stay right there. Nothing. What the hell is going on? Oh, stupid me. Told you I didn't feel good. I gotta put the frickin' flywheel on. You're not gonna get it. I don't feel good. Oh, God. Hang on. Yeah. See, I could go back and edit all this out, but then it wouldn't be the real life saga, baby. All right, now we should have some. Oh, yeah. Looking good. And we're pretty sure number 2 ain't worth shit. It may be intermittent again. And I learned something the last time. When that condenser went out, it would spark. And then it would fade. Like zzz. And then I'd hit it again. Zzz. Weird. Wow, it's looking great. But is it gonna fade? Wow, that looks even better than number 1. Let's do number 1 again. Oh. Number 2 sure looks better. Yeah, number 2 still sparking down there. Yeah, they're pretty close doing it like that. Don't have to worry about the condenser now. That's just too weird. See, I never got to check the spark that last time either. So no telling what the hell was going on. I'm gonna do it one more time because I just like to look at it. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty even. When you do them both at the same time, it looks better compared to each other. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go lay down.
Don't forget to subscribe.